It's time to get to top that trade. Phil Flynn of Fox Business Network News contributor and Alan Knuckman, the chief market strategist at bullseyeoption.com, are here for our trader game. Round number one, Sachs says. Goldman Sachs analysts say there is no return left in the stock market. What do you two say?
Goldman Sachs has some very, very, very smart employees. Now, what they say and what they do are often two completely different things. So they're saying that there's not much left in the market because we're up, 8, 9, 10%. We were up 25% last year in the S&P. And also last year, at this same time, they said that that the stock market was not going to make new highs, and they said that the stock market was going to stall out. That didn't happen. So follow what they do, not what they say.
So what you're saying is that they were wrong. Okay. It's kind of interesting because a few years ago, the regulators wanted, a separation from the research arm and the trading arm. But maybe they should talk to each other once in a while to get an idea, because Alan is right. I mean, Goldman Sachs has been buying the brakes, as have a lot of the large investors. And listen, when you're at record highs, you have to be cautious, right? We are probably overdue for a correction. But for a lot of those that hated the stock market run and didn't listen to Alan and I, that 10% correction can be a godsend for you, because we think this market's going a lot higher.
I think it was just misdirection. I wouldn't say they were wrong. I wouldn't say they were lying. I say that they just sometimes give misdirection.
Rounds number two, holler at $5. Copper is climbing this year. Is copper the new gold?
Maybe I should say copper is the new cocoa, because cocoa exploded to all-time highs, and copper is probably going to do the same thing. In fact, if you look at the global copper supplies, we've been warning about this for months. In fact, I think we did a trader tip many months ago about the upcoming copper rally and the shortage. The key thing here is that now we're entering an environment where we're seeing new sanctions going on China from the Biden administration. Believe it or not, that's not only going to impact steel, it's going to impact copper, platinum, and palladium. So when you start putting on tariffs, sometimes you get panic buying to get supplies ahead of that. So we could see a major price spike in the coming weeks.
So 5 was a big technical target for copper. We've been talking about this for a long time, and that's a solid move. Now, gold is gold. Gold continues to make new highs, but we're essentially in everything bull market. We've seen almost all commodities have big rallies, as have stocks. So, you've got to understand, a lot of times it's about risk reward, and copper was beaten down for a while, and now it's back.
Round number 3, Brazil Flyer or Boeing? With global airline production limited to a handful of companies, what do you prefer? A Brazilian Embraer stock flying or a Boeing bounce?
Yeah, I mean, airline stocks, it's in the news every single day. Airlines or the companies that make the planes. So there are investment opportunities there, and maybe Brazil has the technology to play ball. There's only a couple producers in the world. So, we want to see who can make the planes safely.
Absolutely. And of course, Boeing, has put a really big black mark, not only on Boeing, but the U.S. I mean, when you think of Boeing, 10 or 15 years ago, it was a dream company,
their stock was a dream.
Of U.S. technology. Right. It was.
They led the Dow for years.
There you go. So there it is. But one of the things you want to look at too, I think you can look at the fact that we're seeing jet fuel demand around the world really increase over the last couple months. So I don't think the airlines are going away. They just have to find a way to do it more efficiently and better. And that's going to be the stock that will win.
Here's your bonus round question for today. Military veterans make up 7% of the civilian workforce. True or false?
He's waiting for me. True.
I'm going to have to say true.
You guessed it. It is true, and we hope that number improves. Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.